the name of the Samech Mem. What's the full name of Samech Mem? Samech Mem, then Aleph Lamed. It says Yetzer Hara will make a person start a lot of books, but never finish them. What's the reason? A person knows deep inside his heart that he's supposed to learn Torah. So he says, you know what, that's it, I'm tired of it already. Every time I say I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna go. He goes, he says, which Masechet we're gonna learn, which topic we're gonna learn, which book we're gonna learn. He starts, okay, let's Halachot Shabbat, yalla, let's start. He starts Halachot Shabbat, 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. Rabbi, I don't know. איפה אתה? Rabbi had a wedding, Rabbi had a Yeshua, Rabbi had a Brit, Rabbi had Bar Mitzvah, Rabbi had this, Rabbi had that. It says, Yetzer Hara Chai, after a month, 2 months, he's out from the learning, and then he feels bad. He showed us, again, I'm not learning. You know what? Okay, this time I'm going to go again. He goes again, start learning. He said, listen, last time I learned Masechet Shabbat, Halachot Shabbat, I know. Let's Masechet Brachot, let's start Masechet Brachot. Start Masechet Brachot. Yalla, let's go! Bam, boom, 2-3 pages into the Masechet. There, איפה אתה? Rabbi Brit, Rabbi Bar Mitzvah, Rabbi this. He says like this, you check in the house, how many books Rabotai you have on your shelf in the house, that you have only the first few pages that you wrote in them, and then the rest of it clean, brand new. He says, why Yetzer Hara does it? A person that was religious, a person that started learning, a person that Yetzer Hara tells you, listen, you already tried it. You saw it's not for you. How do you break the Yetzer Hara? You get the book of the beginning till the end of it. It says, and that's how you break his name. It says his name, Samech Mem, then Aleph Lamed. Rashi Tevot, Siyum Masechet, En La'asot. To get to a Siyum, to finish the book, Yetzer Hara says, En La'asot, don't do it. How do you knock him down? By starting the book, and you are going to do the Siyum Masechet. So right now, this is Rabotai, the biggest power that when you learn Torah, it's the power against Yetzer Hara. What's the biggest power against Yetzer Hara? When you started a topic, you started a book, certain parts was easier, certain parts was harder, but you continue. This I understood, good. The other part I didn't understand, also good. Yeah, let's go next. For a person to constantly be in emotion, like progress, never give up. After right now we finished it, he has a desire, and many other people have a desire. Wow, I have to also start next. Tomorrow he's going to start the next cycle. I'm going to join. I'm going to be here every day, so I can also finish the book from the beginning till the end. This fire that we're right now creating with the Oshpalo, with the Siyum, with the Kaddish, with all of these things, this is excitement. What's the excitement for? For other people's Abotai to jump onto the train. Right now, get your ticket in. From tomorrow, Rabbi Amir is going to start the next cycle of the book. I'm going to advise you, Baruch Hashem, Chacham Gadol, but advise you, Shemona Yisrael right now, because Slichot is another month and a half away. And then, I don't know how long it took us last time to Slichot. Month and a half? Yeah, so start Slichot then. Today is 15th of Tammuz. Tomorrow night, tonight already, 15th of Tammuz. So tomorrow Slichot, we're going to start teaching already Slichot. Half a month is going to be Av Elul, Zakon Shel Elul. Month and a half is going to be Yaakov. Ben Adam Alecha Nirdam Shimegim Nemefamim. So tomorrow is going to teach the concept of Slichot, the meaning of Slichot. Bring with yourself, Rabotai, the notebooks of your Slichot, pamphlets, in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Huh?
We chose the book tomorrow.
You already started the book? You have another one? Okay. I think Slichot is recommended now. You're going to open your heart for Slichot. You're going to come to Slichot. You're going to understand. Finish Slichot. This way the community will be aware of the words that say in Slichot. Every one of us is going to be the first one on Slichot. Because we understand the Slichot. And whenever you ask Hashem for forgiveness the right way in month of Elul, Rosh Hashanah, בספר חיים, ברכה ושלום, פרנסה טובה, ישועה, נחמה, גזרות טובות. ניכתב וניחתם, אנחנו וכל עמך ישראל לחיים טובים ולשלום. When are you going to get that signature for all these beautiful decrees?
When you put effort.
When you put efforts. From when? From Elul. But if you wake up in Elul, what does it mean? That's already too late. That's why Baruch Hashem, we finish the book right now. Rabbi Ami has a month and a half to get everybody ready for Selichot. Yaakov Jones, Selichot Mebim. Every word we're going to understand. Every word you're going to, wow. What are we saying? When you understand Selichot Rabotai, you must cry. There's such a words over there. You burst in tears when you read the Selichot, when you understand the Selichot. So, Selichot is the 30 days of Elul. Sachar Hazeh Mekunim. 40 days starts from Elul, 30 days of the Elul, потом 10 дней это до Kippur, Rosh Hashanah do Kippur. 10 plus 30, 40 days. This is the days Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, forgive Am Yisrael for the worst sin in the world ever happened, the golden calf. Such a high level sin, Hashem said, I will forgive you. And that's the source. The Sephardi people start 40 days before Yom Kippurim, who start Slichot, using the time, the momentum, as Moshe Rabbeinu did in Shammai. So Bezrat Hashem, tomorrow, Rabotai, we're going to start that. Bring your notebooks of, I'll tell you which notebooks you can bring, or books you can bring, of Kippur, because over there the Slichot are. Unless you have a pamphlet by itself, Slichot pamphlet, or some Sidurim have it in Rosh Hashanah also, in the beginning of Rosh Hashanah Sidur. So look at home for the English Sidurim, Russian Sidurim, of Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippurim, bring it together with you tomorrow, so you can write in it. This is yours. If you're going to use the shul ones, you cannot write in them. When you don't write in it, it's not connected to you. So when you write in them, you feel part of you. Okay, usually we teach this concept, this class on Wednesdays, but today, since Baruch Bechol, God bless him, and also his relative Ariel that came today also, the Elu Nishmat, his father and his father-in-law. So Baruch Hashem, we decided to make this beautiful concept today for everybody to benefit as well, with the rest of your kids and your grandkids. Bechor John, вам это тоже общается? Это касается, я хотел сказать. Вам это тоже касается? Потому что у вас первый чаптер закончился. Сейчас второй начался. Называется Grandkids. That you want to make sure that they grow the right way. Now, I'll ask you a question in Halakha. Bechor arranged, Baruch Avraham arranged this Palo with Ariel, God bless them. Now, he gave me salat. I said bracha, Borei Priya Adama. Be'emet, I was doubting, to eat or Palo, I usually don't eat late. To eat palo, not to eat palo, to eat palo, not to eat palo. He offers, pushes, cannot say no. After I said Borei Priya Adama on the tomato, do I need to say Borei Minei Mezonot on the rice or no?
No. Because it's like a guess.
Depends mine.
It was the palo is in front of me.
Yeah, but mezonot.
I really didn't want to eat. Because it's late at night.
No, you don't.
Huh?
You don't need it.
So I said Borei Minei Mezonot on the rice now or no? I didn't say rice at mezonot. On the tomato I said Borei Priya Adama.
Right.
What's the halacha bechor?
Yes, you can.
Huh?
Don't say.
Says halacha.
You don't say.
The rice, original bracha, is Adama. Why we say mezonot?
That's cool.
Custom.
It's a custom.
Just a custom. Minhag. Why? Because majority of the people's food, cuisine, whatever you call it, the majority of the foods people cook with, any culture, Arabic, Bukhari, Chinese, whatever, it's mainly based on rice.
Right.
So that's what the custom is, minhag, is to say on rice mezonot, but it's not what it grows. It's not one of the 5 grains.
Never knew it was custom.
It's really grows on the ground, below water. So bracha should be on this, Borei Priya Adama. Just a custom we do on this mezonot. But if I already said the Adama on the tomatoes, then I'm going to eat the rice. I'm not allowed to say Borei Minei Mezonot on the rice already.
Yeah, but in your mind it wasn't there.
True. If I would have, I'm not eating it 100%. Then I will say Borei Minei Mezonot on it because my mind was certain I'm not eating it. But here my mind was not certain. When I said Borei Priya Adama on the tomato, I didn't 100% want to eat it. But I was open to
What if it was the other way around?
Suggestion.
suggestions, huh?
What if it was the other way around? You look all blow.
And you say,
You do mazanot and then you do hadama.
You have to.
Depends how you eat it.
women-
If you're eating it the way he just eats it, he puts the rice and the meat and together with the tomato. So then the tomato is a side thing for the palo. Then you don't say Borei Pri Adama on the tomato. Because the tomato is secondary to your palo. The main thing is what here? Where's the palo?
Only if you mix it
No, right, when you pick it up,
together.
you pick up rice, meat, and tomato in the spoon. So comes that the tomato is a spice for the palo. It's like the carrots. You don't say Borei Pri Adama on the carrots when you pick up the palo. What's the reason?
It's like putting a ketchup. That's
Why?
what
What's the reason? Because it comes to flavor the rice, the meat, whatever the things that you have there. So it's a secondary thing. Anytime you have a secondary, you don't say bracha on the secondary. You have to say bracha on the primary. This concept people have to know because sometimes out of lack of knowledge they can make a mistake. Similar concept repeats itself by liquors. A person drinks a hot liquor or whatever hot drinks. How do you call it? Yeah, tequila.
Alcohol.
I'm not talking about vodka. Vodka you cannot say shakol. I told it to you. Vodka is not tasty. So people that make lilu nishmat vodka, lilu nishmat, shakol, it's not lilu nishmat. It's yeridat nishmat.
It's a cognac.
If it is something tasty, like cognac, like whatever people like, tequila, all these things, that they have taste. Charosh vkusunichis. It's not just burns. It's vkusni. So then when you say bracha on the tequila shakol, niya bidvaro.
And the taste.
Somebody gives you zakuska.
You don't say it.
What bracha do you say on the zakuska?
No.
On the chaser? Nothing. Why?
I say that-
Tequila is the primary. Zakuska is secondary. You always have to say bracha on the primary. And the primary bracha will cover the secondary.
Why not, for the sake of blessing the Hashem,
Zakuska means
say on both?
Say another one.
We eat to say
To say bracha, to bless Hashem.
Yeah, not
Very
the other way
good.
around.
Very good question. The answer Gemara says in Masechet Brachot, Gemara says, Baruch Adonai Yom Yom Ya'amos Lanu Ha'el Yeshu'atenu Sela. A person bracha every day it's different than a different day. Today's bracha was different than yesterday's bracha. Tomorrow's bracha is different than today's bracha. Every day is a different bracha. Hashem said the same way I think, sit down, Ariel needs bracha for this today, for this. Tomorrow needs bracha for that. And I sit and I calculate perfect how much Ariel needs bracha for this, how much Ariel needs bracha for that. What's about his wife? What about his brother? What about his brother-in-law? What about this? What about every single creature in the world? Hashem's thinking how to make everybody's sustenance perfect to what he needs.
Yeah, it's called Rosh Hashanah, no?
No, Rosh Hashanah is deciding in general how much Ariel is going to make. Is it it's going to be this number? Is going to be this number? Is going to have this supper? Is going to be this supper? How much would that range will be closer to the top or closer to the low depends on everyday behavior. So coming up in a month and a half, 2 months and a half, we're going to have Rosh Hashanah decision is a range. Do we belong to this bracket or do we belong to this bracket? Are you going to be in the millions or are you going to be in the billions? Which bracket do you belong to? You're going to have title M or title B? Or MB, Miami Beach. Where are you going to go to? So this, what decided on Rosh Hashanah. On every day, it decides how, in the millionaire, which millionaire? Right below billionaire? Or right below not millionaire? Which millionaire we're talking about? That's on an everyday behavior. That it's decided. So now when a person says bracha, Hashem says, have to think, like I'm thinking about you, whatever you need, I don't just blast on you. I make sure you're gonna have whatever you need in this, and this you need also for this. I think before I give you the bracha. So to you think before you give me the bracha. Yeah, which one is the primary one? This is the primary. Okay, this is the second. Think. Put your mind in there. Sometimes people that doesn't learn, what they say, oh Rabbi, chichtaraga vashmadoret, yakta brachot, chichtaraga, knige, ya boktov, boy boktov, chichtaraga, yakta brachot. The answer is all this ketov, all this knige, chibeh, pakazuit, how much God is thinking for you. What's the reason? All these rules, all these books, all these details to show you if that's what you have to think when you say bracha to him. Think about how much he thinks to give bracha to you. Birshut morai verabotai. She'akol means everything was created in Hashem's words. She'akol, everything nihiya created in Hashem's dvaro words. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol nihiya bidvaro. Okay, very well. Last time, Rabotai, we spoke about how important it is for a person, as far as kids' education, is Bechor John, how important it is for a person to give his kids personal attention. Rabotai, this is something, a new concept that Rav Zamir Cohen opens to our eyes, and this is unknown to many people. I'm talking the fathers, that they are spending time with the kids. But usually, how we want to do it, we have 5 kids, all at once. Habibi, this is a boy, this is a girl. This is a 10 years old, this is 3 years old. This is has his desires, this one has his own desires. What do you want to do? Hamish beyagjo. I'm saying at Dvar Torah, the 3 years old girl and the 10 years old boy, both have to listen. This is on the table, you're right. Both will listen. Make sure that the Divrat Torah that you saw on Shabbat table will be off the books. Many times, Ariel John, what people do, he takes out a pamphlet from the Knesset, he opens up, pay attention to everybody's face when it happens. As soon as he opens up the pamphlet, everybody's face on the plates. Everybody up to. What's the reason? When you're reading the Dvar Torah to kids from Sefer, they all fall asleep. You want to keep their attention, to be with you, make it, the Bukhari says, sweet and short by heart. Don't say, Rabbi, I have to set Dvar Torah on the table at least half an hour, 40 minutes. No, John Tadesh. No, you're ruining it. You're overdoing it. You have to know how much of concentration span the kids have. Usually, it's not more than 10 minutes. It's a known. The child is no da'at. That's why he cannot be making kiddushin, because he doesn't have enough da'at yet. Da'at is concentration. He'll be focused. He can be serious. Child doesn't have that yet. It develops by him. That's why an adult can sit maybe for an hour and listen. Past hour already start losing him. A child cannot get to an hour. He cannot even get to 15 minutes. The scientists say concentration spend 10 minutes. Some kids 15 minutes. Yo. Don't keep the Dvar Torah for Shabbat table longer than this time. 10, 15 minutes with Rashi and Tosfot already. So, commentaries or Zakoncho. Not longer than that. Sweet and short, to the point. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. Thank you. Now, after this finish, right now we have early at a late Shabbat. Right now, Shabbat is very late now. So usually we don't have time already to give personal attention to every child. By the time you finish your Shabbat table, it's at least 10:30, 11 o'clock. At least. Завтра утром 5 часов надо вставать, 5:30 to be in Bet Knesset. You're a human being, you're tired all week long. So you cannot spend more time with them and also break their regime. You break their schedule. It's 11 o'clock already. During the daytime, a person should give time with his kids, personal time. It's very important, says Rav Zamir Cohen, to go to a room, sit together with your 10 years old boy personally. Talk to him, read with him something. This personal time, he will remember and appreciate much more, and your bond with your child will be much more than you give 1 hour for 5 kids. It's the same time. You spend the same time. But the outcome from the time that you spend, totally different, he says. The 10 years old boy sat with Abba for 10 minutes. He got Abba's attention 100% on him. And usually at that time, you can also cover much more material if you want to teach him something. In 10 minutes, when he's with you only, no brothers, no running, no choking, no blaming, no fighting. In 10 minutes, you can cover with him, and you are happy and they are happy. Why? One of the problems, parents doesn't want to sit with their kids. They feel it's a waste of time. I sit with him 1 hour, Rabbi. I was barely able to finish 1 page of the book. Because he fights with him, it fights with him. Now next time, by default, the father already wants to reduce the hour. Make it half an hour. Хватит half an hour. Half an hour, Moshe. Yaakov, what's the reason from 1 hour he wants? Уже у него желания нету. Why? Гав бекор это было. Last time I went, what did I get out of it? Просто гав бекор было хихи ха ха па это поет это колени проклять этого это невозможно сидеть с ними. So then, let's say he made it half an hour. His wife comes to say, "Hello, what is this? You're not giving enough time to my kids, to the kids. You have to give more time." Now, in order not to fight with her, Shalom Bayit Gufta, what does he do? Chaybe said he goes into the room, bedilashnes. Bechor on tam sidi, fizitsky, but he doesn't want to sit there. When you do something not from the bottom of your heart, never success, never. Success comes only whenever you are doing things from the bottom of your heart. When it comes to education, I'm talking about. So Ariel John, he sits over there in the room 1 hour, as his wife requested. Is he able to influence them proper time, or he just looks at the time every 10 minutes?
Every 10 minutes.
Says Rav Zamir Cohen, very important. Rule number 1, he says, when you give time to your kids, Shabbat table says, 10-15 minutes, maximum Dvar Torah. Sure.
10-15 minutes.
Past that time, you're not allowed to. You're causing more damage. You know why? Because if you're going to extend it longer than that, what happens to the young kids? They want to go play. Now, you're not letting them go play because Abba says Dvar Torah. Everybody sits Shabbat table. Now, what they develop, what prevents them from having fun? Torah.
They're gonna hate.
In their heart, what starts? Hatred. Tomorrow somebody says Dvar Torah, у них уши уже не интересуются.
They won't hear.
They're not interested in this. What's the reason? Because the father wants to be extra tzaddik on Shabbat table and make the Dvar Torah too long. Rabotai, look, overdoing it, it's losing it. You have to know the balance with them, perfect balance. Now, after the family time, the 10-15 minutes Dvar Torah is done, if every one of your children also says Dvar Torah, it's very recommended. That's what I do in my house. When I eat, my first child has to speak, then she eats, the next child has to speak, and like this, and then the mother, then whoever, other people that they have in the house. Everyone have to say, after they all finish eating, then I speak. Like this, the whole meal is busy with Dvar Torah, and they all know Abba is going to come and ask me to prepare, to say something. And whenever they came with a book one time, I didn't have time to prepare. I said, go to the room, prepare, don't sit in here. Sitting here, you coming to say Dvar Torah, prepared. Because when you read from the book, nobody pays attention to you. People, they're busy eating, their half concentration is on the food. If you have a little bit left over, my macholim, it's on the person. If he is not interested, if it's not making it interesting, it's forget it. Then nobody's going to pay attention. So very important on the Shabbat table that every one of your kids, tell them, say something simple. Most simple thing. But they know, Shabbat, I'm coming, you have to come prepared. Tomorrow they're going to grow up. Tomorrow your son is going to grow up. He's going to get married, B'ezrat Hashem. He's going to grow up. He's going to come Shabbat table. Oh, Shabbat table, I have to be prepared. Я просто так Shabbat table не сижу. I have to come to Shabbat table. It requires preparation for me. What's preparation? Dvar Torah. 5-10 minutes Dvar Torah from the father, Rabotai, Shabbat table, from the kid Shabbat table, brings the whole family to the next level. You have no idea how much influence it does on their neshama for 5-10 minutes Dvar Torah that they are saying on Shabbat table. Now you finish the meal. Igor, what do you do after the meal? Don't go sleep. Go to a side room. If you don't have, go to your bedroom. Everybody out, the door is locked. Only you and your first child. You finish 10-15 minutes with him. Next patient. This is right now, you are making psychology. Psychologist. How do you call psychologist in English? Psychologist. You are right now a psychologist. The best psychologist for the children is the father. If you know how to divide your time properly, you're going to get such a good influence on your children. The next thing, Rabotai, says the rabbi here. Over here, it says something very interesting. What a perfect person could be, huh? He has everything in his brain. He wrote about everything.
What's the name of this book?
The Kids Education of Zamir Cohen. I don't know in English, it's in Hebrew.
What's the name of the Hebrew?
They have it in English.
Here, Lechinuch. Madrich, here, take a picture of it.
Madrid.
It says the next important thing is that the parent should have is Irat Kavod Na'orim. The child should feel that the father is a respectful person. Nature of is, Rabotai, when a person is respectful, people want to listen to him.
Right.
A person that it is not respectful, dress code, eating manners, talking manners, default is children. Any person doesn't want to talk to him. They try to eliminate as much as possible connection with such a person. Why? He's not a respectful person. If we want the children to listen to our educational messages we want to give them, you have to make sure in the entire time you're in the house, next to your kids, you're always in a respectful way. This is very important to keep your honor. Not honor, I mean to say as far as ego.
In the eyes of the kids.
Example, a person right now is eating,
Good example.
right?
Role model.
קקות גוש דודק, וואי 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 וואי, חביבי, מפה עד ירושלים. It's a human being. Why? We're all human beings. But you did such a thing, all the kids look at it.
Lost the respect right away.
Yeah. Let's say, wow, I'm so sorry, I couldn't control it. I'm so sorry. Say, I'm so sorry.
Still not good.
It's still not good, but you're at least admit that that's not the way to behave. Person is eating. Boo! Ad Yerushalayim, he gives the one. Bonei Yerushalayim. Вкусно было, вкусно.
In France, they have to.
Yeah, in France. When you raise kids in France, behave like friends. They're burning each other now there. Ты вовремя оттуда ушел. I don't know, you have такой мазал. Вовремя уходишь от этих мест. I went with him with Uman 3 years ago. How many years? 2 years ago?
До 18 году.
We went to Uman. Next year, Uman is closed. Nobody can come in. I said, wow, how we came on time. Last week he went to France. They said, no, France is closed. They can't go anymore. Huh? Бехор, что вы говорите?
Все садыки, которые там похоронены, они уже там нет, все в Израиле.
True, true. You know why I went there? Because of the unity, Achdut, который там. Not because of the tzaddikim only.
They already buried in Israel?
He says that. Some say that. But I knew that. Rabbi Mizrahi publicized this idea.
Korban, you know Korban? In Yerushalayim, Korban.
Kolban?
Yeah.
No bird.
Halban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to him like talking to you, and people say, Jonah, everybody already
In Israel. Yeah. But if you would go one time, I don't know if you were there, the unity there is unbelievable.
Halban passed away.
Huh?
Passed away.
כן, בסדר, תגיד לו בסדר. The unity there is wow. I was tearing non-stop over there from the emotions.
Yeah, the Muslim
Energy is crazy there. For me, I don't know for you, but for me it was very, very high level. So, Rabotai, the respect that the father has in the house, the behavior he behaves in the house, maintains the kids' respect towards him. Is this understood? You came out of the restroom. You came out of the restroom. Maybe you missed the ball, maybe you didn't miss the ball. Maybe you left some dirty things behind. The child walks right after you. What does it say Abba behaves? You have to appeal, sir. Habibi, it's better for you to be late, to lose, to overpay, and not lose the children respect about you in their eyes. Tomorrow, no money in the world will be able to buy this respect back out of them. You're gonna do anything tomorrow. Pay $1 billion. It's not gonna bring the respect back to you. So sometimes you say, Rabbi, oh, там ticket сейчас, у меня ticket я получу. My meter, it's 7 o'clock, I have to move the car. Get the ticket, clean after yourself. It's worth the money to pay and teach the children that there is a father, there is a respectful person. Whenever there is a respectful person, everybody want to listen, everybody are looking up to the person.
They used to teach the children how to respect the parents. Now it's the opposite. They teach the parents how to respect the children.
You know why? Because the
Different
parents
times.
because the parents was respectful people. Look at your grandparents, how they are welcoming others, how they're thinking 10 million times, should I say this line to somebody? They have a whole cheshbonot before they say something, before they approach somebody. By us, freedom of speech. Person can say things after 5 minutes regret. Думал вообще, что ты говоришь или нет? Chaya Adam Gufta. מה זה Adam Gufti? You heard the person. Ya Adam Amto. Babashke Dodi. מה זה? You put a knife in his heart. Chaya Adam putting a knife in the heart. I did. What did I do?
No cheshbon.
Russia, they were feared, not respected. Am I right? Am I wrong?
The parents?
In the past.
Could be also. Could be also.
That's
But-
not respect.
But it
That's,
used
that's
to
called
work.
fear.
But
That's also true.
it used to work that time. Now it doesn't work.
But between the people, I'll tell you, between the person, for example, right? A person would be having the guts to put legs in front of somebody like this, on the table, on the next to somebody like this. Would he have the guts to do so?
No.
No. Today, I like it.
It's called slouching.
The brazenness we have in the generation is in a much severe level than it was in the previous generation. And it's going to be the next generation worse than our generation. It's always going to become worse and worse till the end of days. Which is, they say it's already these days. It's already so bad that halal al azman.
So my question is, if you cannot get the respect, can you make them fear you?
No. Fear, he says, that what's the difference between fear
But that's what happened in the past. That's
and
what I'm
education? It says fear, you are controlling the children. You're not educating them.
Training.
Control. Как собаку на это держишь,
Training.
right? If you're gonna release this and the cat is gonna pass by, собака is not gonna listen to you. 10 years you were holding her not to go on the cat. As soon as you let it go and the cat is there, bomb, he jumps. You didn't listen to your 10 years education because you never educated, you controlled. Education means that whenever you're not there, you let it go and he's going to do whatever you taught him. But if you're not there, he's not doing whatever you taught him, you never educated him. All these years you controlled him. Like a balabait controls his dog like this with on the leash.
But it also depends on the mother, no? Like if she doesn't respect the father in front of the
Obviously.
also-
Obviously.
That's the most important
kid, that
thing.
happens.
The other day I was speaking to somebody on the phone.
There's a lot.
His father spoke to him. Now he's not religious. I understood from the notes over there that probably left the light somewhere, and the father was upset why he left the light. He talks on the phone. He didn't put on mute even. He curses out his father.
Yeah.
Foul language. I don't want you to repeat the language, the words he said. Ты. На русском говори. Ты. Та-та-та-та-та. Не знаешь, как электричество работает. Поэтому та-та-та-та. I don't want to say the words you used. I saved you more money that I left the lights on over there than you thinking you turn it off and then I'm going to return it on. Then I understood. Whenever I saw his father many years ago, he was talking to his friends. Every single word, second word, B word in Russian. Ты слышал? Каждый второй слова не можешь свой язык чисто держать. Every single word, F word, B word in Russian.
When I go on Hatzah,
Unfortunately, not all,
Only
a
Bukhari?
lot. F word became it's part of their conversation.
Everybody knows
That's
Bukhari.
like really
No,
sad.
it's very
I know
sad.
10 houses I go, this is not how they
You
talk.
know, I can listen.
Right.
You don't
That's the reason I don't want to marry
how
Muhammad.
much
Maybe.
it goes in one sentence, and it's always.
They don't realize it.
Yes,
He
yes,
goes,
yes.
no, I don't know how to control. I said, only that. If you just work only that for your
Уже
whole life.
как собака лает. Чего хотите?
He always has something interesting to say.
Бехо.
Понимаешь, что это курс?
But that's the worst. I tell many times to people, they say, Rabbi, I went to public school, I came out normal. What's wrong with my kids go to public school? I said, listen. First of all, you say you went to public school, you came out normal. Who told you you're normal? What do you mean? I got married, I have a house, I'm making money, I don't kill, I don't cheat. I said, that's what normal means? Whenever somebody is taking you off, are you upset? Yeah, you're not supposed to be. Are you saying F words sometimes when somebody is very upsetting you? Yeah, sometimes I'll say it. Whenever you talk to your friend, bratan, bra, B word Russian, every single curse, B word. They say, no, Rabbi, так разговаривают.
Принято так.
That's the way it is. I said, to be sick is to be sick and to know about it is one thing. But to be sick and not even know that you're sick, this Habibi 100% wrong. Это хуже, когда ты болеешь, ты не знаешь, что ты болеешь. Yeah? What is it? It's not my phone. Where's my phone?
It's mine.
It's yours.
It's not mine.
So I said, listen, and in your generation, when you went to public school, there was no such an exposure that there is in this generation public school.
Right.
Not if you came to a lower problems public school and you came out not normal. Your child that is going to go to a worse level in public school, expected he's going to become normal.
He's gonna become a doctor.
Yeah. That's why, Rabotai, a person have to know when you are sick, как вы говорите, он говорит, he cannot lose, he cannot control that. He's sick and he cannot even control the sickness.
Он другой разговор не знает.
That's the mistake, John Dadesh. So when a father talks like this to the mother, to the brother, to his friends,
What do you expect from kids?
what do you expect the kids to do? Tomorrow is going to do exactly the same way. Он ему сейчас еще 10, 12, еще не видишь это. You think, oh, my child is okay. Habibi. Он еще достаточно ошпало не кушал. When he's going to eat enough, he's going to become strong enough. Он с тобой будет и на би разговор, и на Б, и на T, и на F, и на whatever you want. And then they tried to get it out of him. No, он уже чувствует. That's the way you prove you a man. I want to prove I'm a man. That's, by the way, one of the things teenagers go through is the proof I'm a man. That's how you see teenage, all of us. At the age of 15, 16, we all start working out. We all build ding.
Macho man.
And then after we become 18, 19 and got married, Habibi, we're back to...
Eight shit.
Наглым, это модно.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. That people think that's a moda, it's good. So they are sick, they don't even know that they are sick. Well, just problema. So he says, the Rabbi over here, Irat kavod me'ahorim. He says, number one rule the father has to remember in the house is to behave in a respectful way. Respectful way when he eats. He's not eating and everything he spills. He's not drinking like this. He goes around in boxers in the house. Rabbi мне сказал, может так шакол браха говорить.
Women.
True. Can you say bracha with boxers on only?
With boxers?
Yeah.
Ah.
Halakha allows it. But not in front of kids. 20 people, my kids. 20 people. Hear what it says?
Tiny people.
It's not people.
This is not people.
It's okay.
This is my people.
Come out from me, that's
Yeah, it came out from there. He goes in the house, behaves he eats. Sometimes after work he comes. I want to relax. He goes to the TV. He has a whole food with him. He eats. Chap. Go body fall asleep. The whole place around him is a World War III. פתאום הוא אומר, זה תחיית המתים, מחיים מתים, ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, and then מתיר אסורים, פוצים ממנו What happens to all the place that he was eating? Everything is dirty. Who sees that?
The key.
The kids. Tomorrow he walks into the kid's bedroom and he says the same thing. What does it say? Why are you all dirty? Abba?
Are you serious?
You want to pull out the camera from yesterday night? Huh? We have the recording from yesterday night. אתה רוצה?
You gotta lead by an
Habibi, you are the number one example in the house. You want the kids to respect you? Behave in a respectful way.
Respect yourself.
The Gemara in Masechet Kiddushin, with this we finish, says number one remedy for the child to have respect to you. You're not going to believe that. I was shocked. I prepared the shoe for you. Gemara says, why the Torah says, Ish imo ve'aviv tirau? Fear from your mother, fear not from udar. Fear out of respect to them. Out of awe. Fear from your mother and from your father. Why didn't it say fear from your father, give kavod to the father, and then give fear from your mother?
Because he's mostly with her, no?
Says the Gemara, чтобы человек у него был, я не знаю слово, страх на русском, не знаю, как перевести правильно. К матери и к твоему папу. Почему написано сначала матери? Иш имо ве авив тирау. Надо было сказать Ish aviv ve'imo tirau. Fear from your father, give respect to the father. Father is the head of the house.
Because you already.
Listen what the Gemara says. Tanya Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Galui ve'yadua. Rabbi Yehuda is Rabbi Yehuda Nasi. Galui ve'yadua לפי מי שהיה ואמר והיה העולם, שבן מכבד את אמו יותר מאביו. וגלוי וידוע לפי מי שאמר והיה העולם, שבן מתיירא מאביו יותר מאמו. Gemara says the Torah came to tell you things that you would not do without the Torah telling you. If the Torah would not tell you to do that, you would not do that. What do you mean? It says, if the Torah will not tell you fear from your mother, you wouldn't fear from her. So that's why you put the mother first. And what? From my father I would fear? Says the Gemara, yes. Why? Listen why.
by nature.
מפני שמלמדו תורה.
Because he teaches Torah.
לפיכך הקדים הקדוש ברוך הוא מורא האם למורא האב. If you want remedy is not יותר. Huh? Recipe. Recipe. To make your children have a respect to you, make sure you learn Torah together with your children. And he explains later on, I don't want to take too much of your time. He says the fact that the father passes over the information that his father learned with his father, and his grandfather learned with his great-grandfather, all the way to Moshe Rabbeinu, the child feels, wow, this person is important in my life. You know why? He gives me information that was transferred all the way from Moshe Rabbeinu till these days. He says that's a special zgula, ruhani, that goes into the child's neshama to have kavod for his father. You know why? Because the father spends time learning Torah with his child. Rabotai, every one of us has this obligation. To study Torah with our children increases the fear, ir'ah, not fear of hearing, fear of wow, awe from your father. So a person says, Rabbi, какой psychologist мне взять его? What type of medicine I should give him? He's not respecting, he cannot sit for 5 minutes on the table. Sit with him on a daily basis, not long, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, Ijom, Pasidim. Learn with him Parasha, learn with him Musar, learn with him Zohar, learn with him Gemara, learn with him whatever it is easy for both of you. Make it interesting. How do you say short and sweet? Short and sweet. Huh? Korotke и sladki. When a child remembers this connection with the father, says the Gemara, guarantee that the child is going to give you more kavod than any other child that his father doesn't learn with him Torah. We should be successful in educating our kids the right way, and should see a lot of good results and a lot of nachat from all of them.